So we know that in order to have strong relationships and successful teams, that trust is a key factor. And yet, trust is more than a feeling. A lot of times when we think about trust, we like, I feel like I trust that person, or I feel like I don't trust them. But trust can be demonstrated and needs to be demonstrated through actions, consistent, reliable actions. How do you do trust? Have you thought about what are those actions that increase trust in your relationships, or those that detract or decrease trust in relationships? Now, here's what we know. It's essential to talk about it, because what builds trust for you might be different than what builds trust for your colleague or for your boss or for your direct report. So let me give you an example. We do what we call alignment coaching. So alignment coaching is with two people who want to get aligned in the workplace. We used to call it relationship coaching, but we don't coach anymore personal relationships or marriages. And so alignment coaching really is for when you have two people in the workplace. If it's more than two people, then it's team coaching. So I was in a new alignment coaching session with two people. It was a CEO and a vice president. And I'm going to just change their names. We'll say the CEO's name was Barney, and the vice president was Jim. And the relationship was strained. And that's why they came into alignment coaching, because they both knew that they were really talented in their roles. And yet there was tension and strain in the relationship. And so in that first conversation, I asked them to explore and describe their current state of the relationship. And Barney, the CEO, said, I feel like Jim doesn't trust me. To which Jim, you could see he was like surprised by. And so I got curious and I said, what does that mean? How describe what do you mean that you don't think Jim trusts you? And he said, well, when we're in meetings and I will, give an idea or some kind of an action of what we need to move forward, Jim is silent and he doesn't say anything. And I think when I'm giving those ideas, he doesn't trust that that what I'm sharing is going to solve the problem. Now, this is where it got interesting, because Jim said, "Oh my gosh, okay, that's so interesting." So first of all, when you process really quickly, he told Barney, you're really quick, and so sometimes we're in a conversation, and you'll say, "Well, I think you need to go and talk to that supplier and cancel that account and go to this other vendor," and he said, "I'm just trying to figure out and process what you're saying, because I need to think through things more. I have a different style." And so in that relationship, Jim said, "It's not that I don't trust you. I'm just trying to figure out where you're going. And if I agree with that." That was a new aha in their relationship. Jim had no idea that Barney thought he didn't trust him. And the reality was, once we started to uncover what are the behaviors and the actions that demonstrate trust, they were really able to have a whole different conversation. And where they left that coaching session was with some specific behaviors that some actions they were going to take. So for instance, one of it was that they were going to articulate in the moment what was going on. So if they're in a meeting and Barney's quickly saying you need to do something, that Jim would say, I'm just processing. I'm just thinking through that. I hadn't thought about that idea and I need to think through it, so that Barney doesn't take the silence as either rejection or a lack of trust. In the same way, Jim said, sometimes I feel like you don't trust me as a leader because you are so quick to tell me what to do and to give ideas, instead of coaching me and asking what I've tried and what the different options are. And that was really an aha to Barney, because he thought jumping in to help solve the problem and give ideas was a good thing. He was trying to help, when in reality, Jim said, I think, it makes me feel like you don't trust me because you're so quick to tell me what to do. So this is the workout that we want to leave you with on this Thoughtfully Fit Thursday. As always, it comes down to engaging your core. Take a moment to pause and to think about, what are those behaviors and actions that build trust for you? And then act by sharing that with the other person and with your team. And as always, if you want support, this is what we do. We help relationships, we help teams be successful, to reach peak performance. And if you want some help exploring how to do that, reach out to us. We'd love to connect. Thank you so much for joining me. I am Darcy Loma, and I love that you show up and invest in your own personal growth and professional development by watching these videos. Leave some comments and reach out and tell me how it goes and what new insights this sparked for you. Thanks so much. Take care.